So yeah, welcome back. So what happened? A bright child, a young kid who was doing his medicine all along a successful life, uh, a closer uh, to father, loving to mom. What has happened? Why is he not here with us today?
Because of the incompetence, because of the insensitivity, because of the stupidity of the school officials, administrators, and all of them, or majority of them, they themselves are physicians, they themselves are doctors. They basically murdered my son. My son was betrayed by the by those people whom he trusted the most. They betrayed him. They they did not, instead of standing by him, supporting him, they pushed him over the cliff. So all this thing started on July 23rd, 2025. Weber was in his third year.
That day was his birthday too.
That was his birthday too, and on July 23rd, 2025, he turned 24. So that day he happened to be in OBGYN rotation. So in third year over here in the medical colleges, they have clinical rotations. So that's basically more than 95 or even 100% of their curriculum clinical rotations. So that day on July 23rd, he happened to be in the OBGYN clinic. So according to the school, or according to the evidence or the information which they have provided me, now I have the full detail what actually happened. So that day he was in the OBGYN clinic, and at 9 a.m. there was a patient who came over there for STD screening. So
Sexually transmitted disease
which is
screening.
sexually, STD stands for sexually transmitted diseases. So she came over there for her STD screening, and Vaibhav.
This is a regular day for Vaibhav.
Regular day for Vaibhav in clinic.
Okay, and this is not the first day he was in the clinic. This is like what? He's been already in the clinic for some
As
time.
I mentioned to you, like he did the clinical rotations when he was in the high school for the junior and the senior year. Then he worked in the hospital.
Okay.
And all the stuff, and he did more than 400 hours of volunteering before he even joined the medical school.
So by then, before this date, how many patients do you know he has seen?
So basically, their school started, the third year started on May 15th. So from May 15th till July 23rd, he was in clinical rotation. So he was
4 days,
almost
4 days a week.
almost 40 days.
July more than 2 months.
Okay. Oh, May, June, July. Okay, sorry. Yeah, more than 2 months. Yeah.
So 70 days,
70, okay, days.
Whatever you know.
So he's been in the clinical rotations, and he was looking at patients.
Yeah,
he was doing the patients.
That's and plus, even during the medical school too, they were supposed to interact with on frequently. They used to interact with the patients, and they used to be in the patient care. He used, even on the weekends too, he used to visit the various clinics.
So roughly how many patients? Do you have any data around it? Or
I would say hundreds of patients. It's not that for the first time that he was going to interact.
Patient interactions, kind of, he enjoys his favorite. He enjoys that. Yeah.
Okay.
He had been with the patients over 100. He had seen.
It's not like he has some kind of fear of like how I'm gonna talk, or he's kind of afraid, or he never handled patients. No, he was good because he had lots of experience.
So 70 days in the same school, he's been seeing the patients.
Yes.
Up until that day.
On the third year, in the third year for 70 days, yes. But even in the first and second year too, he had interacted with the patients before that too.
Okay. In the same school?
In the same school.
Okay. Okay. So this day, the July 23rd, 2025.
Yes.
What happened that day?
So as I mentioned, so a patient comes in a female, 24-year-old. She comes in over there for STD screening. So Vaibhav is made to do the intake process. So
Okay.
in the intake process is basically he was supposed to take the history of the patient.
This is all you are telling me out of what you got the documents from the school.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
You were not there.
No.
She was not there.
No, no.
Yes.
Nobody was there. But this is something
This is all
information
documented
undocumented
from the school.
from the school is what
Yes.
you are telling.
Yes.
Telling myself and the viewers on
Yes.
my TV channel, Prime9.
Yes. So basically, the documents which or the emails or whatever documents they have provided us says that Vaibhav was over there. The patient had a 9 a.m. appointment, so she comes in over there for STD screening. So Vaibhav is made to do the intake process. So now here is the first red flag. How can a patient? How can
Student
a
doctor.
student doctor can interact with a female patient by himself without the presence of a chaperone, without the presence of a nurse practitioner, without the presence of a physician? Nowhere in the hospital settings that is allowed. So the thing is, like you asked earlier, like what happened to our son? We send our kids to school on this pretext that they will be protected.
Right. Right.
So the protection part was supposed to be provided by the school, but where was the protection? That's the first red flag. That's when the things started to go wrong. That's the initiation. Why did the school did not have proper supervision when he was interacting with the patient?
So do you think that they have missed that control there, or is that their regular practice of
I think
leaving
they are
the
regularly
Their
practicing
regular
that
practices
that
like
way?
that way, which is really, really dangerous.
um,
One thing is basically because the males in the OBGYN clinic, they are in a very vulnerable position. Think about that. 100% of the patients who are coming in the OBGYN clinic, they're going to be females,
right, of course.
right? The majority of the doctors in the OBGYN setting or the nurses in the OBGYN settings or even the patient caretakers, majority of them, they are females. So males, they are like kind of outnumbered.
Mhm.
One thing, and they are in a very, as I mentioned, they are in very vulnerable position or
Right,
situation
yeah.
right
So
now.
this should be a very normal and natural thing for the school or for anybody to make sure that these kind of things are addressed at the very beginning itself.
So now coming back to the same thing, when the news was broken to me on July 29th, because this thing actually started on July 23rd, but Vaibhav left us on July 29th. So the first time when I spoke with the school administrators, the president of the school, he called me on August 1st. I asked him, like till that time I did not know what had
So
happened.
so he passed on 29th and you did not know until August?
No.
No. So let me take you back. So July 29th, I received a phone call from El Paso Police, Texas Tech El Paso Police, saying that asking me around 5 o'clock. I was coming back from work, so they called me and they asked me, "Sir, like I saw a number from El Paso. Sir, who's calling me?" Then I picked it up and they said El Paso Police, and they said, "Oh, we're looking for your son." And I asked him like, "Well, my son should be in El Paso." He said, "Well, no, he's not. We are looking for him." I said, "He should be in his clinics." He said, "No, he didn't show up his clinics." I said, "Come on, you must be joking." Then I said, "Okay, give me a minute. Let me call his roommate." So I called his roommate. His roommate didn't pick up the phone. Then I called him back. So then someone else, one of Vaibhav's common friend or roommate's friend, he picked up the phone and
El Paso police calls you and they tell you that your son is not shown up into the clinic. At the same time, you call his friends and And they are already telling you what has happened to him. And police did not know about that.
Yeah.
And police is calling
Me.
you to tell that he did not attend the clinic.
Yes.
Doesn't add up here.
So
That's how it.
that's how it is. That's how it has been handled.
I'm super confused now. I'm
And we were too.
We were
very, very
We-
upsetting.
for-
I mean,
For 2-3 days, we were not even aware, like, what
and you're-
happened to our kid.
you're telling me police called you and said that
We're
your
looking
son
for-
did not, and we're looking for him, and he did not show up in the clinic. Same time you call his
I
friends,
said,
and
let me find out where
and
it is.
they tell you that he's no more. Okay, I don't know how to react to that, but very
So-
agitating. I'll tell you, it is very agitating for me not being there, just thinking about the whole situation
it was
itself.
around, I still remember the time, it was around just past 5 o'clock. I had just pulled into the gym parking lot because normally my routine was like when I was coming back from work, I stop at the gym. So I just stopped and pulled up in the parking lot, and then I got this call. So, please, I'm with your son. His one of his friends, he told me, sir, this is. I said, you must be joking.
And that was his friend.
That was his friend. So I immediately go back, like instead of going to the gym, I went home. He was home. I screamed. So did he. Said, "What happened? Did you hurt yourself?" Neeru, we are done. We
I
this
can
is
imagine.
this is the end. Like the worst. She said, "What happened? What happened?" Sir, she said, "What happened with Vaibhav?" Then before I like just broke the news with her, and then immediately I called my friends. I said, "Please come over to my place immediately." And two of my friends, one of them they live in my neighborhood, the other one lives about 10 minutes away. So they just rushed to our place. Neeru was inconsolable. She was lying on the floor, screaming and other stuff. So I handed over Neeru to them before I could understand what's happening over there in El Paso. See what's the
Right,
reality of what has happened.
Yeah.
So called the number again, called the police again.
So I'm still very baffled here that Vaibhav did take his life. Police did not know. Kids did not call you. When you call them, they tell you that news. School did not know about that.
I don't know.
School never called us.
School never called. School till date, you will be surprised. We haven't received any kind of condolences or any kind of a condolence message or anything that from the school.
We have to approach to school officials, like, just tell us, like, what happened to our son. 1st of August.
Is it because you are an immigrant?
No,
Well, Baba was born over here.
he's
a US
citizen.
He's a US citizen. We have been living over here for the past 20 years, 20 plus years. And
So what did so
We don't understand that thing till today. Like, nobody from school approached us. It's like because I was just keep asking him, find out about my son, like, what happened.
Yeah, you
Then-
definitely want to know.
Yeah,
the truth,
then
right?
he started calling his mentor. Then mentor told the president. That's how president's secretary called us that Dr. Lang will talk to you on 1st of August after 3 days. After 3 days, we got a call from Dr. Lang office, the president of Texas Tech El Paso. They don't have that courtesy to call the parents to console them. Regardless, whatever happened, we'll talk about that thing later, but that's a part of your fraternity. That
right.
it's just like sometimes I think I sent my kid to them to become a physician. And what they did, They sent him back in the coffin. He didn't do anything. Till they just like they were just giving us a run around for closer to get closer on Weber's incident. We had to call them, and the way the president will talk to us, he will threaten us. The way he's talking, like he's threatening us.
Is he trying to hide something, or he's
Absolutely.
afraid
Absolutely,
about
they are
his
hiding.
reputation of the school?
Absolutely. And so did everyone. Absolutely. That's what they're doing. Like, as you mentioned, you can just do Google. A young, bright American citizen lost his life. There's no news. There's no news.
That is so strange. Somebody who takes a gun and shoots at people, then this becomes a national news.
Yeah, there's no
Right.
news.
But a young, bright medical student takes his life. There is no news.
They were
They were hiding.
they were hiding.
And sorry, I didn't
So-
tell you earlier. Vaibhav used to work for the suicide helpline as a volunteer. He did over 500 hours with the suicide helpline. He himself was that guy who used to talk people out of this thing. And can you imagine? Like, he was pushed to that extent that he had to take his own.
So between 23rd and 29th, did he ever call you guys?
Yeah, every day.
We did talk to him
And-
on 28th
And
too.
he never mentioned about this thing.
Because
you
he
know?
didn't know about all this till 28th afternoon, till 28th evening. He never knew about this thing has happened, or like he did anything wrong.
Because he believed that he did not do anything
He did not-
unusual, so he did not bring this up.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So normally, also you as a mom, you would talk to him, right? You probably talk to him
Every day we
right?
had routine
And you
every day. yeah.
never realized that
No.
he's worried about something. He's
No.
No,
He
he
is
didn't.
going through anything.
He did not do anything wrong till date, and even for those like from 23rd, this incident happened. It was just a normal day for him because he didn't do anything. It's basically the school who made a mountain out of a mole. He did not do anything. To him, it was just a regular day. 23rd was his birthday. That's the day when, 23rd was his birthday. 23rd was this incident happened. Neeru had sent them a cake, delivered a cake to his apartment. His friends, his girlfriend, they celebrated his birthday in his apartment.
We were on video call
We were on
when
the
they
video
cut
call
the
on
cake.
July 23rd. It was just a normal day. And then on 24th, he went to the clinics regularly. 25th, he went to the clinics regularly. Then on Friday evening, his friends threw a birthday party for him. They all celebrated and all the stuff, his 24th birthday. Then on Monday, he was supposed to, he did do
Shelf
the
test.
shelf test.
That's a 4-hour test.
That's a 4-hour test. So from 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock, he was
23rd,
on 28th.
28th.
Monday,
Okay.
28th.
28th,
He did exam also.
he
Yes.
wrote an exam too for the shelf exam, whatever it was. So he and actually Emily told us that on Sunday itself they were supposed to go out to a concert, and he told her that if I'm prepared for my exam, we will go. Otherwise, sorry, we will skip. She said that's fine. So they didn't go to the concert because he was preparing for that exam. So in the morning from 8 to 12, he wrote an exam. So then after the exam or during the exam, somehow he might have got an email from Dean Martin, who is the Dean of Student Affairs over there at Texas Tech. She asked him to come and see her in her office at 2:45 p.m.
At that, up until then, he knew nothing.
Till 28th, till 2:45 p.m.
He
to him,
wasn't
it was just a
aware.
regular day. It was just regular thing, or regular things were happening for him. Actually, the matter of fact, that weekend of August 2nd, he was supposed to fly into Houston, and we were preparing. I had an extensive talk with him because we were supposed to go for our dentist appointment and all the stuff, and plus Leo had planned his birthday dinner and all the stuff, and we were supposed to go out. So I planned the things out with him. As son, I will come and pick you up and all the stuff, and we will go around and do all. We were doing all the planning. I had a good 20-30 minutes talk with him on Sunday itself, detailing like what we're gonna do, and that you do barbecue on Saturday, and Sunday we go for dinner.
So while you were talking to him, you did not feel anything. There was no
No.
sense of urgency,
No.
no nothing.
Shiv, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He didn't even know that he did anything. To him, it was just a regular day. He did not know about this thing till Martin calls him into her office, tells him about this thing.
And this happened on 23rd. Somebody writes a complaint on him and all that stuff. 6 days passed. He did not get anything.
He did not get anything.
And that day he calls Dean calls him into his office, and the next day he decided to leave.
He
the
did
school.
not decide to go like that. Dean's actions,
Actually,
the
they
school's
pushed him.
actions, all the school administrators' actions, Dean's actions, they made him to do that. So let me tell you what happened. So Dean calls him into her office at 2:45 and asks him, Babab, you know why we have called you? Because he thought that was just a regular thing, because he has been working with the dean on their accreditations. Like the medical schools over here, they have LCME. So he was working with her on that. He thought probably she has called him for that, on that aspect or something like that. But when he goes in over there, so Dean asks, he asks, like, what's up? Like, she said, we have called you over here because there was an incident which happened on July 23rd in the OBGYN clinic. So that he said, yeah, what, but there was no incident. She said, tell me what happened. He said, well, there was nothing happened out of unusual. I met, there was a female patient on July 23rd at 9 o'clock. She came over there for STD screening.
So if he had no clue, all right, and then Dean is asking the questions. In that room, there will be a video recording, right, of all that?
There were no video recording. The secretary was over there, secretary to Dean. She was taking notes.
She was taking notes.
And then secretary to the dean, they don't have any cameras?
We don't know. We haven't asked.
No, we did ask for video recording or some audio recording,
No,
and they said
in general, I mean, universities will have, right? And dean
they,
and all those
they
people
say
should have
they
that
just
recording.
they just provided us notes from the
They just
secretary.
provided us the notes written by the dean's secretary, dean's admin. She wrote the notes of that meeting. So those were provided to us. So if I read that notes over there, that's what it says. Dean Martin asked her, what happened that day? Please explain. So he tells her that, ma'am, at 9 o'clock, I was a female patient came over there for her STD screening, and she seemed nervous, and she tells her that she has a jealous boyfriend.
So as soon as the dean asked him, so it kind of like did put him into the direction of could be the potentially what the dean is referring to.
She asked that there was a complaint regarding a female patient.
Oh, okay. So that pointed him to
this. That pointed out to that.
Okay.
So then she said that the patient mentioned to him, that's in Dean's secretary's notes. That's how I know, because I wasn't over there. So that's what they have, those documents which they have provided. It says that the patient, the web said that the patient was like nervous, and she said that she has a jealous boyfriend. And since she has come over there for STD screening, so Webber asked her that, do you want me to do the pelvic exam on you, or you want the nurse practitioner to do? So the nurse, the patient said that she would like the nurse practitioner to do it. So the nurse practitioner comes in and do the pelvic exam, and she asks the patient, will it be okay if student can watch while she's doing the exam on her? And she said, yeah, that's not a problem. So that once the exam is done, Vaibhav, the patient comes out of the room because obviously she had to dress up and all the stuff.
Right. So these rooms also don't have any cameras. Is because of the patient safe privacy.
Because it's a
But this is
OBGYN clinic. I don't
yeah.
know. Like I'm not a doctor.
But this is still a public college.
Mm-hmm.
You should have cameras everywhere. They would have cameras.
We can ask them, like, but the thing is,
We
like
should
right
ask
now
them.
they have not disclosed that.
I am 100% positive there will be cameras.
So if there are, they haven't provided any of that information to us. So the thing is, so when the patient comes out, she acknowledges Vaibhav, and Vaibhav said, "Hey, okay, it's nice meeting you." And she said, "Hey, by the way, I'm a nurse. Let's meet sometime."
And that happened outside the
Once she was done after the test, she met Vaibhav in the
Lobby.
lobby, in the clinic lobby. Like once she was done from the examination room, she walked out.
there would be camera there.
But the thing is, like, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing happened. Like Vaibhav didn't even touch her.
No. I understand what you are saying, Vivek. But all I'm saying is, for anybody to make any kind of decisions, left or right, there are cameras. There would be evidences. There would be everything,
Okay,
right?
sorry. It was a biased decision because my son was a male being accused by a female. The moment they heard that a female has accused a male, the perception they had, male might have done something. Remove it.
So basically,
It's a case of total sexual discrimination based on just a random allegation levied by a female on a male.
right.
And they didn't do any kind of investigation. They didn't even look at any of that complaint. They did not, because the perception that went by just the face value of the complaint that a female has accused a male.
And it started from that clerk who took the complaint.
Yeah.
They just it's like one blind following another blind. They were just passing the buck to another. So nobody felt the need to verify the complaint. Nobody did any due diligence. No due process. They were just like, oh, this is a complaint against a male by a female. There must be something. Okay, let's pass the buck to other person. And that person is passing the buck to another person. That how we can say that? Because now we have all the evidence. Now we have all the email thread. And when we go through that email thread, all these people, they are doctors. They are doctors today, and they have been through this hard journey. Being a doctor, we all know it's not easy. It's not easy. You have to put immense hard work, a lot of volunteering hours,
lot of commitment,
lot of dedication. It's not like a one day. To my son, that's like he was chasing his childhood dream to become a physician, and he put so much effort, time, dedication towards that. And that one random complaint which doesn't have any value, and they didn't even do any due diligence on that.
So that's really. I did see your complaint also, right? I mean, it's really strange. He hasn't harassed anybody, or there was no physical.
No, if there's a physical touch or any harassment, there should be police over there.
Right.
And you saw the complaint. You read it out. If that girl was not comfortable, and she herself a nurse, she could be more vocal there. If she knows her right more than like us, because our background is not from like medical, but she is nurse. She knows, like, she could be more vocal, right?
Yeah. Do you think she asked him of something and he denied it?
Maybe.
Is that why she put a grudge on him. See, I mean, your son is a bright student. That is the reason, that is the whole reason why the college admitted him, right? Why would anybody be so blunt about him? What drove this lady to complain? Is it like something happened and she expected something out of him,
Maybe
and that
that's
he flatly denied it?
Because my son blocked her within hours time. That's what she put her in complaint too.
So that ego.
ego.
You could say that.
Ego, whatever. Like as I mentioned, that
See, if she is not vocal while that her
Test examination
examination going
process.
on, that process is going on, she is not letting the nurse practitioner know that, hey, this student doctor was not nice and he used this kind of word, whatever he is trying to put into complaint. And she is not acknowledging anything at that point. The moment my son blocked her, and she is came back with that
This
complaint.
more looks like an ego thing of that.
And the person who is entertaining the complaint over there was not verifying the facts. She is giving like, he sent me messages on Instagram. Hold on, you have screenshot for the Instagram request, but where is the screenshot for the messages? Because messages are making you uncomfortable. You don't have that. Moreover, to receive those messages, you have to accept the request. So the person who took the complaint didn't pay attention.
You have your son's phone, and do you have his? So you can see if there was any message.
So basically the thing was like he blocked her within an hour's time. So this is what happened, Shiv. The thing, like, she offered him her Instagram handle, saying that, okay, I'm a nurse, let's meet some other time. So, and here's my Instagram handle, because it's like I do not know your Instagram account handle till you tell me, because it doesn't go by your name. It's a different thing. And in order for my son to send a message to her, she like my son first actually has to send her a request, so which he did. Okay, so but at the same time, since he is a medical student, so the thing is like he just spoke with one of his friends later on and all the stuff, and they say, well, okay, so this is not like you should not be, even though she's a nurse, you should not actually try to be like be connected with any of your patients, or still she's a patient as well as a nurse, whatever you want to call it.
Professional versus, yeah.
So he immediately blocked her. And the thing is, like, now coming back to the thing that you're saying, the ego hurt or whatever, like if you remember, like I told you that the patient mentioned before when she came in to see my son, she said that she has a jealous boyfriend. So maybe like she wanted to have some kind of like whatever you want to call it, like the jealous boyfriend. That's when we don't know, maybe she wanted to have friendship with my son or whatever it was, like we don't know about that. But anyhow, even in the girl's complaint, she has written, like she has even given the verdict over there. She said that next time when she comes in over there, she doesn't want to interact with this doctor anymore. In 2 weeks time when she comes back, she doesn't want to interact. She did not allege that my son touched her, as you mentioned. She didn't say that my son actually sexually harassed her, raped her, or physical assault. Nothing of that sort. Her only request was that she doesn't want to be seen by the same doctor next time, which is pretty common, right? Like you don't like someone. That was the only thing. So basically, the whole thing was blown over by the school, as Neeru mentioned. And like over there,
why would school blow it over here?
We don't know, because that's their mindset, or that's how they treat the kids. Like,
because the person took the complaint, like if I'm complaining about someone and you are the one who's going to take complaint, you will be asking where are the other facts. I mean, how can I take like this complaint, because
this looks
we
very,
need
very,
supporting evidence too.
correct.
You saying
Supporting evidence, yeah.
you saying you need you are uncomfortable with the message, but you don't have the screenshot of the message. That complaint is invalid right over there.
Right. When you don't
Yeah.
have an evidence, then there is nothing.
So the person who took the complaint, she passed forward the complaint to Talia Raya,
To the medical director,
to
and
medical
some
director, other people.
some other people in the hierarchy. So the admin. So this is what happened. So the girl came into the clinic at 9 o'clock on July 23rd. Okay. So after her appointment, she provides a screenshot of Babab's Instagram request at 10:30 a.m. And then she's also saying that Babab blocked her within an hour's time. So that Babab is saying that that's what he told Dean Martin, that he blocked her within an hour's time. The girl calls in at 3:53 p.m. after 5 hours.
The nurse, the patient.
The patient.
Yeah.
Calls after 5 hours to the clinic saying that I need to lodge a complaint against. This is what happened during.
So after he blocked her, that's
After
when she
5 hours.
5 hours of okay.
5 hours. So maybe she was like, that's what we don't know. What's the story?
Did you guys try to get in touch with her? The
How can we
complaint.
do that? Because we don't even know the name of that person, because it's protected by HIPAA. The school didn't provide us the name of
No, you have the handle, right? The Instagram handle.
No, my
But
son blocked her and he deleted his Instagram. Like,
No, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
But
Then we
I'm
could
saying,
go and check like
yeah.
who's the girl.
we
what
can
the
we
girl?
can go and check.
Does she know that what happened
We
then?
don't know. So then she calls in at 3:53 p.m.
If
Then-
she is coming back to clinic, she might know.
She might know whatever happened, because it's
If she is coming back to that clinic for her
Regular
other,
visit.
because she was supposed to she was scheduled to come, and her second visit was supposed to be in 2 weeks' time. So anyhow, so at 3:53 she calls. At 3:53 she calls in to lodge the complaint, and then the admin puts that complaint in an email form and emails to the hierarchy, whatever, the clinic director and all the stuff. So the very next morning on July 24th, one of their business operations director, she sees that complaint and she says that this is a very secret, this is a very serious accusations. But in the complaint itself, in the email to the clinic, to the department vice chair and some other people over there, she writes that, hang on, there is not over here in the clinic records, there is not even a mention that the student was even present that day in the examination hall, in the examination center. What does that tell you? Like, this is how competent, or this is how they run their business over there, that they don't even, on one time they are
That's very strange.
accusing my son, and on the other hand, they don't even have any record of him being present during the examination. So anyhow,
the complaint is all void now.
But they don't think like that. So that thing is now goes up the hierarchy. So the vice chair is now
came into the picture,
and he's talking to the head of the department, to the head of the chair of the department, and then they're trying to pursue Title IX against my son. We don't know the details of that one, because that all thing has been blacked out to us. Then July 24th, that's what we know what whatever like the documents which they have provided, those are the only documents which we have for July 24th. Then I see another document for July 25th. The clinic director, who is Caitlin Welshens, she comes into the picture at that time, and she comes into the picture and she's asking the dean.
Due to clinical obligation, I couldn't talk to the student, but I feel like he should be removed. You feel like? Means since when? Medical school.
Yeah, but since when feelings are considered into the accusations, and I mean,
like that thing is
really
kind
strange,
of like, you feel like you had time, you better talk to the student, because that student is under your clinic, that this incident happened in your clinic, so you should clarify, you should clear out the things. See, if he is guilty or not guilty, you have to do investigation or like first step or whatever you do at your end.
No matter what, anybody until proven they're not guilty.
Yeah,
That is
But
how.
it doesn't happen over there in Texas
for
Tech.
Texas Tech, no.
No.
They verdict guilty, then due process. That's what we learned from
They removed
this
Vaibhav
incident.
for 18 days from his studies. He was supposed to, like, they told him that you cannot go back to your studies or to your clinics until this GPC hearing, and that GPC hearing was supposed to be on August 15th. So the dean told him about this thing on July 28th. To August 15th is 18 days. And till then, he will not be allowed to interact, do anything. Basically, he's suspended from the school or removed, whatever you want to call it. Just try to imagine the state of that poor kid who had perfect attendance
throughout of his academic career, perfect attendance from kindergarten to elementary to junior high to high school to undergrad till like med school, never missed any single day from school. And to that kid, you are telling that you are suspended or removed for 18
at the
days.
top of his career.
And the people like Welshan, they working in that setting, like I feel like it breaks my heart whenever I read that statement, whenever I read that statement, it's just like you feel like that student should removed since you are busy. You are busy.
See,
and you feel
right
like
over there, because of my clinical obligations, I didn't get time to talk to the student. But I feel like he should be removed. Okay. And then the other thing is Dean Martin and Dean Francis, they were like on Friday itself, they had made up their mind that they were going to remove Weber without even talking to him. And what's really like as Neeru mentioned, that they all themselves went through the same process. When Dean Martin called Weber into her office, she asked him to narrate what happened.
and
Can
he did.
she see the inconsistencies over there? Like the girl is saying something, and Weber is saying something, but like what's the commonality between Weber's and girls is that no one is saying that Weber even touched her. It's only like they said that, okay, Weber made a comment, but she doesn't even have the proof of that Instagram message. And moreover, she saying
school
that
is a learning place. School is a learning ground.
Yeah.
You go and learn. You do mistake. With your mistake, you learn. It's like
That's why it is school. It's
That's
not,
why
it's
it's school.
not jail, right?
That's why they call student, because they are learning over there. So and you are teachers. I mean, there's a respect of that
and
profession
as I mentioned
too.
in the beginning of the interview too, you send your kids to the school on the pretext, on this assurance that your kids will be safe. What kind of safety was provided to my son? Why? My first question to the president, Dr. Lang, when he called me on August 1st, telling me this happened, that your son was in the OBGYN clinic, this is what happened. My first question to him was, why was my son alone? My son was not a doctor. He's not a full-fledged doctor. He should not be alone over there. There should be a chaplain. There should be there should be a nurse. There should be.
Right.
He said that needs to be investigated. I said, well, okay, sir, then do your investigation. Oh, we cannot do the investigation anymore because the defending party is no more. He said multiple times we cannot do the investigation anymore because the defending
So they
party
don't want to know the truth.
Because they are
hiding
involved.
that
They are
truth.
hiding everything. They murdered my son.
What's your next step? What do you want to do?
Well, our next step.
11:36 wala email.
Okay, so yeah.
That Dean Martin didn't stop herself over there. She tortured enough during that meeting when she called Vaibhav.
During 2:45 p.m., when Vaibhav was called by Martin into her office, and Vaibhav told her that I didn't do anything, and she told him that no,
And
we are still
till that
removing you
time,
for-"
nothing happened. He came back. We did talk to him. And I said, Mom, I had a very busy day today. I had test. I said, oh, yeah, you had test. Okay, I'll be calling you tomorrow more because I still have to do some assignments, which is fine. We did talk for that was a short call, like 3-4 minutes. And
That was the day before or
No,
the
no,
same?
no.
28. 28. After that meeting,
The meeting was from 2:45 to 3:30, whatever time was. So Vaibhav, like as normal, like he makes a call to us in the evening. Nothing, we didn't smell anything. Like everything was kind
He
of.
called you that evening
He
also.
called
yeah,
us in the evening.
there was maybe some pressure going on, but that pressure was not that extent that the result gonna be this. But as I'm saying, Martin did not stop herself to that meeting. She is sending an email, that threatening email with bold arrows, two blue bold arrows pointing out the worst consequences in the middle of the night, 11:36 p.m.
To you guys.
No,
to Vaibhav. You tell me, the night times are most vulnerable time, the fragile moment. And
So this Martin, again, tell me, who is this Martin?
She's the dean.
She's the dean of student
So
affairs.
why is she sending late that late email, that kind of email late in the night to this
So that's
student
what
God
directly?
knows.
That's what
So
we are asking.
shouldn't it be coming to you guys instead of him? No, I mean, whatever that kind of threatening emails or whatever has happened, shouldn't parents be informed, is what I'm saying.
This is what the message which I'm trying to deliver to the whole public. The things are so brutal. When a kid reaches an age of 18, they take him as an adult. The parents are excluded from any of these things. But if if your kid is signing up a lease for a car, for an apartment, or for enrolling in a university, they want your signatures as a grantor.
So you can pay the bills.
You can pay the bills
and
rent, but not like in any of these cases like this. So the dean did not even send. No, dean did not send us anything. As Neeru is explaining, she wanted to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, she wanted to make sure that Vaibhav is pushed enough to the end of the cliff. So basically what happened was, like at 2:45 when she called in, Vaibhav, she extended her hands to shake with Vaibhav. Vaibhav refused to shake hands with her, saying that, ma'am, my hands are sweaty. What does that tell you? If a 24-year-old, well-built guy telling you that my hands are sweaty, what does that tell you? That he's under some kind of stress.
Yeah, he is stressed. Yeah.
He is stressed out. Now, the other thing is, you are a doctor. You should know better that when he's saying that my hands are sweaty, that kid is under some kind of stress. Why you did not console him or sympathize him or try to making sure? Why didn't you make sure that he's okay?
Right.
So that means that's a common sense. Like, I'm not a doctor. I'm walking I'm walking on the sidewalk. I see someone fainting in front of me. I will try to help him out.
Right.
And I questioned, like, I don't even know, like, who gave that Dean Martin dignity to be a doctor. She's not fit to be a doctor. How can she be a doctor? Like, if she cannot see that she caused that stress. The kid is telling her that my hands are sweaty, ma'am. You cannot catch that you cause that stress, and you are not. We're not asking any kind of sympathizing moment. We just wanted to make sure that as a human being.
Correct.
And that's the first oath.
Correct.
These doctors, they take, that they will serve the humanity. What kind of humanity is that? Is that how she treats her patients? The kid is telling her that my hands are sweaty, and she. Oh, So as Neeru has mentioned to you, so that she lets Vaibhav go. Then at the middle of the night, same night, July 28th at 11:36 p.m., she sends him a follow-up email, threatening email, saying that further to our discussion today in my office, you have to come on you have to come on August 15th. Be prepared for that. When you come over there, you actually have to plead guilty in front of the committee.
Plead guilty?
Yes, you actually have to come up with a remedial plan. Remedial plan for what? Remedial plan for what? You did not do, like, he didn't do anything. Come up with a remedial plan. Over there, you have to come up with, like, that this thing will never happen. This thing will never happen again.
That means you're accepting that you did something wrong.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so, and then further to that, she has, like, with the blue bold arrows, she pointed out this could lead to your dismissal. This could even go on to, if not dismissal, if we allow you to continue, this could go on to your MSPC, MEPC, which is basically your, when you apply for your residency, that's your recommendation letters. So if those words are on your recommendation letter, basically you're done.
You're done.
Baba was not stupid. So she pushed her.
Today's mark 164 days, and that question still haunt me. Why? What was the need to send that email in the middle of night? If there was that urgency, then why didn't you do your due diligence?
Absolutely.
Why didn't you investigate that matter? What was the rush to send that email at that vulnerable time, 11:36? It still haunts me every single day. 11:36 is just not a time for us. It just shows me, tells me, haunts me every time. Like, it's a systemic failure. They're supposed to due diligence or process. Instead of doing that, they are sending him that email in the middle of the night. I still don't understand what was the need to send that email. There's always tomorrow. If you have urgency, then do the other stuff.
Right. I mean, I don't see why it has to be delivered at 11:36 in the night. So the next day, then the Vaibhav.
Left us.
Morning?
Like in the morning, he waited for the shop to open and he purchased. Here's the other thing. Before he left this world, white coat on. He put his white coat on before breathing his last on this planet Earth, showing Texas Tech. You guys questioned my integrity. I'm not saying I didn't. These are the words which were, like, this is the scenario which was given to me by the detective who was made in charge of this. He said that, sir, I confirmed, like, we saw your son going to the store, purchasing, and then the only thing, when we found him over there, he was in his white coat. He was in the same clothes, but he had white coat on.
He did not leave any note.
He left notes. He left notes. In those ones, okay. He left on July 29th when we received that. I received a phone call. I immediately took the flight. I went to El Paso, and over there, his roommate handed over me a note. And over there, he had, like, he left actually 4 notes. One for his family, which is us. One for his girlfriend. One for his roommate, and one for everyone, telling them where and what he's doing. Okay. The note to us, he said that, sorry dad, or sorry parents, no, you wanted, sorry I couldn't fulfill your dream. I failed you guys. I could not be, ideal child you wanted. No, he was the ideal child. No, he was the ideal child. And then he said that due to some, like he mentioned to us that due to lapse in professionalism, he is facing dismissal from the school. That's the notes he left to us. He mentioned the same thing, lapse in professionalism, to his girlfriend Emily, and she and to his roommate too, telling all of us that there was a complaint which was made against him in the OBGYN clinic, and they have worded it as a lapse in professionalism, and he is probably facing dismissal. And even in one of the notes, which is to his roommate, he has mentioned even if he's acquitted of this, he will not be able to live with the shame
that he was
because
accused.
he was accused. Just think about this. Like for 18 days, what he's gonna do when everyone else is going to the, like this was my question to both Dean Martin and that President Lang. You are removing the student. No, we did not dismiss him. He was, once this thing was all like sorted out, we would have reinstated him and we would have asked him. I said, excuse me, who will be responsible for that 18 days? Do you even imagine the mental state of a person who, like everyone else is going to the school but not him? Everyone else will question him, what happened, what he's going to tell him, that I'm being, like he will, like very in an honorary way, he will say that, I've been accused of by a female patient, that's why I'm not going to go to school for next 18 days. Who's going to be responsible for the loss of that time? Forget about the loss of time. What will be his mental state? A kid who has dedicated his whole life to his dream, who worked so hard to be at that position, and some incompetent, insensitive, not some, like these 7, 8, all those admins who are over there.
That's what we say. Even a single person stood up, intervened, or stopped it right there. My son would have.
We wouldn't be
beside
over
me.
here on your shows, Shiv. Like if anyone could have done their job.
If we show that complaint to any random person who, like, what is this complaint? Why these people even entertaining that? Where
Well,
are
I
the
think that's
sporting?
what I said, right? As soon
Where
as I
are
saw
the
that, I
sporting
mean, like,
facts?
there is
Everyone question, and everyone gonna question by looking that complaint. And these professionals who have like professional degrees and went through the same process, they know medical is not easy. To come to this point is not easy, and the hard-working student, how they are playing with the lives of hard-working kids
Who
over
gave them the
there.
right? Who gave them the right? Like, okay, we gave them the right to teach our kids, teach
Not-
our students,
correct.
not to torture them, not to take their lives. They are murderers.
At some point,
What
it
is-
feels like that Dr. Caitlin, she was just pleasing her senior officials, like the boss ladies over there. She's the one, like she's the one who authorizing it.
The
If
removal of weapons.
if her conscience, like if she could have easily stopped right over there.
Even that Talia Rai, the director, who they call it that she's a director of that business operations, she thinks that okay, this is a serious issue, but serious allegations. But down in her email, she's writing, "Oh, hang on, the student is not even in that examination." What does that tell you?
There are so many
It's a
people
big,
who
big,
could.
big lapse. So what are you guys planning on?
We are planning. The first thing is we want no one's dream should end at 11:36. There has to be some kind of a loss.
Those late night emails,
Those
not
late
supposed to
night,
be entertaining.
it could, like, it's not that my son was in medical profession. This could happen with anyone in any professional or any student who is hardworking and dedicated.
This thing can happen in any school system.
Any
Any
school system.
disciplinary action could be like
So
anywhere.
disciplinary action, as you pointed out, that like the mentors, the parents, even though like when you are trying to get the money from the parents for their tuition or for the apartments or for whatever it is, at that time you want a guarantor. if there is any kind of these kind of serious accusations or anyone's which could impact anyone's career, parents, mentors, they should be involved, or there should be a independent person over there who's not related to the school.
Right.
And
There should be first a due diligence done.
Plus,
No matter
Due
what,
diligence.
for everything, anything, there
Yes.
has to be due diligence done, and only then you call, whatever, whether.
and the other thing is like these whosoever are admins over there, they, as I mentioned, who gave them the right to decide on like a kid's future like this or ruin kids' future like this on just kind of some random allegations. They should be made aware of all these mental issues. This could kind of happen with anyone. We all are vulnerable. Like if
we know that 1136 email that triggered out everything. That triggered out everything because
That blue bold, what will be
letters,
the
yeah.
consequences and all
Because
that.
he came back from her office, things were okay. He was looking for his assignment. He did talk to us. He spent time with his girlfriend, had dinner. They watched show. Everything was fine.
Oh, so the girlfriend was there with him or not?
that night,
They were together because their clinic was starting a bit late, so they had planned to watch movie. So they were together. But this email triggered everything. Before that email, everything was fine.
Okay, so she did not know about that email?
No.
Also, he did not talk to her about that
Because she was sleeping.
it came at 11:36. What is he going to
So-
tell her? Because as I mentioned, as Neeru mentioned, that they were planning to get married before the residency. So everything was dependent on
Right,
the
right,
residency.
right,
so
right,
what's he
right.
going to tell you?
Right, right.
That,
Hey,
Emily,
wait,
sorry, I'm getting dismissed. I will not be able to get into the residency program. Sorry.
Yeah. So the next day morning when he got up, she did not feel anything? Like there was some...
She realized later on that there are some
so then she added...
flags, but
Now
she
she
couldn't figure
made
out.
the picture, but at that time it was really dotted because he was kind of like because nobody.
When I talked to him, like 1136 is not just a time. We go through with that pain, like whatever he was going through, the pain, pressure, everything. Every night we go through with that pain. We can't look at clock. Past 11 we can't. That reminds us 1136 and all that scene comes in front of our eyes.
And all the pressure which was built.
We feel for him. We feel every day that pressure, pain.
No, coming back to the thing which you said, that what we want the laws to be enacted at the state as well as at the federal level. That should the school officials should refrain from sending after hours threatening emails to anyone. Plus, in case if there is anything of that kind of a serious nature is there should be an independent person involved, or if they don't want to involve the parents, ideally it should be the parents or guarantors or mentors, whosoever is. If not, then there should be an independent person plus the officials who are in charge of making those decisions. They should be properly trained,
capable of
they
doing
should be
that.
capable. Like these,
Not feel like scenarios.
not feel like, or not.
I
these
feel like he
incapable,
should
I mean,
So
remove-
you're saying basically not, there shouldn't be a doctors who actually, like you just said in your email, where she was obligated or busy with the clinical things, so she could not talk to the to Vaibhav. So there should be a totally separate entity which can actually do an investigation or take these kind of complaints.
Exactly.
So like an admin,
Like
not
an
make
admin.
the doctors admin and run the show
If
as
they-
opposed to...
And before due diligence, don't declare anyone guilty.
Oh, that's actually given
don't
in
ruin their
I think
future.
it's in the
This is-
Constitution,
don't
I
ruin their
think, isn't
future.
it? Like,
Okay, so then where was the constitution for my sons in my son's
In
case?
our
Yeah.
case,
In our
judgment
son's case.
served first and fairness never came. They just served the judgment. Okay, the verdict, you are guilty. But where is the fairness?
So the thing
so
is,
what
like,
would you suggest to my viewers or to all the young generation kids and then the parents who who aspire to send their kids to these kind of stressed environments, knowing so it is so stressed, that could lead to things like this.
The thing is, basically, what we have learned so far is we have started an organization, Vaibhav's name, which is We Care. V for Vaibhav. Care is compassion, acknowledgement, respect. So the kids who are watching us or who are listening to this, please reach out to your parents. Doesn't matter what has happened, your parents still love you. There's no like the pain which we are going through after Vaibhav has gone is unbearable. We don't want any family to face the same position like this. And as I mentioned, in case anytime you feel any kind of pressure or any kind of injustice, please reach out to your parents. We as parents have raised you from till, and we know we have from our, yes, sometimes you young generation think that you know more than your parents, but no, we have the experience of the life. Like Vaibhav, yes, he was very intelligent, very smart, very humble, very respectful, but the only thing which he didn't have was the life experiences. So we as parents have life experiences. You come to us, talk to us. We are over here for your we understand that you are very smart. That's why I say like we are acknowledging your hard work, we are acknowledging whatever you're doing, but at the same time, we are over here to protect you. We are over here to guide you. I know you are very smart, but sometimes there's nothing wrong coming to us. We will always stand by you.
But change in the system is
But
must.
we need a change in the system is must. We need to have. Let me ask you a simple thing. You drive a car. Why do you wear a seatbelt?
Safety.
If you don't wear a seatbelt, I can still drive from Dallas to Houston without wearing a seatbelt. But what if something happens? If I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so similarly, we need the laws over here.
Right. Accident
Same
you
thing.
cannot prevent, but if accident happens, there is a safety.
So this is safety.
Right.
This is why I'm emphasizing we need to involve our legislators, we need to involve our congressmen, make sure they have laws in place so that we need to protect our kids. That's why I'm saying like we need to acknowledge, we need to respect their hard work. Like Dean Martin, Welchans, none of them over there, they respected Vaibhav's hard work. They didn't see Vaibhav's hard work.
And we don't know how many are
more?
there who are
from Prime9 TV, we sincerely, feel sorry, bad, and I don't know how to express the loss of your child, the loving child. And thanks for sharing that with us and the viewers. Basically, even though you lost your loving one, you still care about the world. Hence, you are sitting here and trying to educate the families, the parents, and the kids. That is such a nice of both of you. I hope and God give you enough strength to continue your lives. Thank you very much.